Hey, welcome back to another episode of Practical Cybersecurity Workshop for SME leaders. Today we're going to start preparing for some heavy lifting in building a sustained cybersecurity at your organization. We're going to cover such an entity as asset, which is essentially a minimal block in a cybersecurity puzzle. In the realm of cybersecurity and information technology, an asset is anything of value to a business that is related to information services. These can take form of a device, data or information, or even of people or software within the structure of your business. Anything that has a value and supports the operation of a business can be considered an asset. This is pretty much like any type of asset inventory which you probably perform within your business planning and operations anyway. So if you already have this practice in place, it should be shared and quite easily expanded to cybersecurity. The reason why you need to perform an asset inventory and why it is a vital first step of your journey is that you would never be able to protect your business if you don't know exactly what needs to be protected. What type of assets would be reasonable to define for cybersecurity purposes? First, an information asset is a definable piece of information stored in any form that could be seen as valuable piece to your organization. This could range from a database full of employee or client information to a payroll system with monthly salary and wage information. Confidential items such as intellectual property and proprietary designs are also information assets which must be maintained and safeguarded. Second, physical assets. These are items such as equipment that add value to an organization. A common practice within a company is to document all hardware and equipment, labeling each item with a physical asset tag. Physical assets have a measurable life cycle and need to be monitored to maximize the value of each item during its lifetime. You probably are doing it anyway, so share this activity with your cybersecurity efforts. Your people are also assets. The biggest danger to your environment and assets are likely to come from within of your organization, from your employees. Not all threats are intentional, however. Much like other assets, people must be categorized and managed to ensure they are granted appropriate access and security levels. Because people within your organization handle all of the assets we have looked so far, their access must be closely monitored. IT asset is an entity your cybersecurity team would mostly work with. This category could include hardware, servers, routers, etc., software, operating systems, applications, CRM, etc., and licenses for the software you own. Network assets could be categorized separately as well. Third parties, peers, partners, suppliers are also your assets, which could bring new risks to your operations, and they are definitely a part of your cybersecurity as well. Regulations and compliance is recommended to put in a dedicated group. You would later benefit from this if you decide to pass the certification by an authorized certification body. A critical asset can be any of the above-mentioned assets. It is important to start labeling your most important assets as critical. This would help to orient better and prioritize your security measures on the next stages. How to do an asset inventory? First, make a simple spreadsheet table of all IT, information, physical and business assets. There are a variety of systems available to help you monitor and manage assets within your organization. So finding the right tool to take control of these systems, at least to know what you have, what is online or offline, and what new appears on the network, is of critical importance to any information technology and information security department. Second, indicate the owner of the asset in terms of responsibility and accountability. Third, rank the criticality of an asset. At the first run, it would be sufficient to simply indicate which assets could be considered as critical ones and which are not. Asset inventory by itself is not a protection measure yet, but you would widely use it during next stages.